On this picture-perfect evening, we welcome you to Orlando, Florida. The city beautiful has been living up to its name as we march into March and march into week 6 of Pro Volleyball Federation play. Grand Rapids at 3-2 taking on the 3-4 Orlando Valkyries here at Edition Financial Arena on the campus of UCF. So glad to have you along for the ride. Alongside the beach volleyball All-American at Florida State, Madison Fitzpatrick, I'm Sean Davis, and thank you for spending your night with us here in Orlando. Madison, looking at Grand Rapids and at Orlando, let's take a look at what happened last weekend first. Each of these teams is coming into this match off of a loss. For the Rise, that occurred at San Diego in San Diego's franchise opener, or at least home opener, in California. For Orlando, that loss came right here against a red-hot Omaha Supernovas team that, oh, by the way, folks, in case you didn't tune in last night, they just swept Atlanta. What does each of these teams need to do here tonight to get back in the winner's column?
Well, for the Rise, I would look to Amelia Dimitrova, the 17-year pro who is the Rise's starting opposite. Now, she leads the team in points and kills and is coming off being named the Pro Volleyball Federation Player of the Week due to her absolutely incredible performance versus Atlanta, where she tacked on 26 kills with only 3 errors for a .397 hitting percentage. So look out for her tonight, as the Rise likes to run through her early, often, and from every area of the court. Now for Orlando, we're going to look to the outside hitter tandem of Adora Anai and Jill Gillen. Anai coming off 12 kills and 18 digs last match, and Gillen coming off 18 kills and 11 digs. They carry a big load for this Orlando team. Well, after last match, speaking with Coach Amy Pauley, she told us it will be a point of emphasis to, yes, run through those outsides, but also to run through their middles more. So I look to that to be a factor tonight as well.
Interestingly enough, too, Madison, when we spoke with Coach Pauley after the loss to Omaha, one other thing that she mentioned was she'd like to see the Valkyries do a better job of closing out sets when ahead. They have played some really good volleyball, far better volleyball than their 3-4 record indicates, except for the fact that when the sets get tight and they get late, sometimes this Orlando team has stumbled.
Exactly. Well, it's one thing to get close to 25. It's another to close it out in that red zone in those last 5 points. And yesterday at practice, the Orlando Valkyries did a few drills practicing that very thing. Both teams started at 20 and they played to 25. So that practice is 1, performing under pressure, 2, finishing the rally with urgency, and 3, staying focused until it's absolutely over.
Yeah, it was fun to watch them go back and forth. And if you didn't close out at your 24th point, you went back down to 20, and so you had to hit the reset button, place that extra emphasis. Some things to keep an eye on here tonight. Well, Ajani Taylor was a spark plug for Orlando. She'll still be able to play, but she's a little banged up and will not start. Shina Joseph is back and ready to go. She'll be in the starting lineup. Plenty of volleyball to dissect, but in the meantime, I had a chance to sit down and chat with Georgia Murphy, the libero for Orlando, and that's coming your way now. And I want to start off with just the transition from the University of Oregon. You had some great years there, a couple of Elite 8 trips, and then you get drafted. Now you're here. What's that transition been like for you?
I think it's been pretty smooth. I think Oregon really set me up for, my professional career, and I'm just really grateful to be here and be with this group of people and this staff, and I think they've made this transition as smooth as possible.
What's been your favorite part so far? Now, when you came over here, you got a rousing round of applause from your teammates over here. They're a fun group just for us as commentators to look in on. What's been your favorite part about being with this bunch so far?
This group is just so amazing. Everyone's my biggest supporter and, just always trying to have a good time. And I think that's what makes this group so special. On and off the court, they're just so amazing and so fun, and it makes this job super easy.
Now, you guys check in at 3-4 here tonight. You've had some opportunities, been in a lot of really tight matches. What's your feeling on where you guys are as you enter week 6 of Pro Volleyball Federation play?
Yeah, I think we're really excited just for this opportunity tonight. And, again, on Sunday, I think we're just still trying to grow and work on ourselves and constantly trying to get better every single day. And I think we haven't hit our best yet, and I think every single game is just a better opportunity keep getting better.
Well, you got an opportunity tonight against a Grand Rapids team that has spent some time at the top of the standings here earlier this season. What stands out to you about them? What do you guys have to do tonight to get back in that win column?
I think just every single game, take it, just as serious as the next. And they have incredible players. Every team in this league is good, though, and I think we just need to take it 1 point at a time and do our best and just work together.
Awesome. Sounds good. Georgia, thank you once again for taking the time. Madison Fitzpatrick is standing by with Adora Anai.
Thanks so much, Sean. Well, Adora and I wasn't available, so I grabbed Michaela White, the middle. Michaela, just have a few questions for you for the game.
Yeah.
All right, question number 1. You've had 7 games so far this season, so you've seen areas you need to improve. You've seen your strengths. In your opinion, what is the team's strengths coming into today's match?
I think our scrappiness, I think we're really good with blocking and defense. We're the type of relentless team who just really doesn't give up. So I think that'll really be our strength in long rallies. When typically teams will get tired, we're gonna have that grit and that fight to stay alive.
Love it. Now, you're about to face some heavy hitters in Dimitrova, Chassé, Abbott, and the middles.
Yeah.
What is the mindset coming into this match defensively against that powerhouse?
I think a lot of it is just staying disciplined, trusting in our training and being in the right place at the right time. I think so often we can get sucked into oh my God, this is a big hitter, I want to, do so much, but realizing again, it's only 1 point, and to just stay kind of disciplined and stay kind of leveled on the things that we've been working on is going to help us a lot.
Awesome. Well, as a leader of this team, what's the message to the girls in the locker room before the match?
Probably just focusing on our side, focusing on what we can control. I think a lot of the times it's come down to the details. So if we can be clean in the areas where we typically aren't and be solid all the way through from 0 to 25, then we're gonna have a lot of success tonight.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks so much.
Our day has dawned.
A new horizon is upon us.
Inspired by the many who came before us, together on a path to achieve something extraordinary.
Do you hear the groundswell? We are at the forefront of a revolution. Empowered, inspired, together. We didn't get here alone.
This is our responsibility. We are creating a new major league on the greatest stage volleyball has ever seen. Pro Volleyball Federation is real pro volleyball.
Now is our time.
Communities will come together.
History will be made.
We are one.
Today, we are inspired.
Today, the light shines on us.
Today marks the beginning of the next chapter.
And we're writing it together.
Rally with us!
Angel Perez told us it's about winning the small battles. I know this would be a big battle to win for him and the Fury tonight. Asia O'Neal, Columbus, first-time winner in their home debut. Welcome home, Columbus Fury.
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Just about time to get this matchup underway, so let's go ahead and introduce you to the starting lineups for each of these respective squads. Getting the start for Grand Rapids, it'll be Claire Chassé, Nia Grant, Amelia Dimitrova, Simone Abbott, Marin Grote, as well as Ashley Evans. And for Orlando, hitting the floor first will be Wilma Rivera, Adora Anai, Michaela White, Shina Joseph, Jill Gillen, and Kaz Brown. Each of these teams right around the bubble for the playoffs. Now, I know that the playoffs aren't until May, but when you look at the standings, Grand Rapids tied for 3rd, Orlando sitting 5th. This will be, Madison, a fun litmus test for both.
Definitely, and especially because these teams haven't faced off before. This is a blank slate. Sure, they've watched a lot of film, They both are ready for each other, but this is going to be a fun matchup because it's brand new to everyone.
Grand Rapids has spent some time earlier this season at the top of the league in its standings. Orlando has gone toe-to-toe and battled hard with just about everybody they've played. They've won some, they've lost some heartbreakers, and they're ready to get back after it here in Addition Financial Arena. Wilma Rivera with the jump top spin gets us underway. And the first set of the match goes to the right side, and Dimitrova.
I would expect nothing less. As an opposite, she generates the numbers of an outside attacker. She's so terminal from that right side pin.
Grant back to serve, and there's a block. Number 8 in white, Maren Grote.
That was a one-on-one situation. Maren Grote did a good job tracking that ball. You see her there, and then diving her arms into the angle, shutting off that net.
Back the other way, the first kill for Orlando comes courtesy of Adora Anai, number 14.
Adora Anai had some space there. Maren Grote a little late as the middle blocker to close that block, and Adora Anai took advantage with a fast arm swing through that seam.
2-1 Grand Rapids early on here. First set in Orlando. Anai goes back to serve down the line to Abbott. Back row attack, Claire Chaussee. Here's Jill Gillen, and Gillen is stuffed. So 2 blocks early for Grand Rapids.
And that was difficult for Gillen. There wasn't much of an area for her to go to. It was a high set. Both of those blockers on her, pressing their arms over the net and sealing off that net completely.
Trova back to serve. Back set, Shina Joseph. Michaela White creating some havoc at the net. Abbott off the Orlando block. Out to the pin, Gillen off speed. Abbott had it knocked back, second effort. Picked up by Murphy. Back row, Anai rejected. Joseph knocked back. Look at that Grand Rapids block. Chaussee with a shove from the back row. Gillen rejected again. Evans called her own number on 2. And the point goes to the Valkyries, a net violation. And Orlando's back within 1.
What a rally, so incredibly long. And we talk about this a lot with the Pro Volleyball Federation, but in this Pro League, the rallies are just longer than they are in college, and it's because those defenses are so elite.
Early takeaways, Madison, something that stood out to me here in the first 5 points, a ton of quality block touches for Grand Rapids.
Absolutely.
That'll find the floor for Orlando. They'll knock things up at 3. Kaz Brown inserting herself into the scorer's column early.
And that's exactly what Coach Amy Pauley told us that they want to do more of. Run through those middles, utilize those middles, and alleviate some of the pressure off of the pins.
Michaela White, who goes by MK, back to serve. Back set, and Dimitrova.
And you can tell Dimitrova is such a seasoned professional because she mixes up her arsenal of offense so incredibly well. She'll swing a couple straight down, then she'll give some roll shots. She mixes it up quite nicely.
Simone Abbott is looking to go cross court with that serve. Hit it into the tape, and the service error knocks things up once again as Shina Joseph heads back to serve for Orlando. Joseph floating that one across. Does have a jump top spin, has gone to it to some success. Sponsel dug that one out. Abbott looking sideline and missed it.
And that was a solid swing out of the back row. Just missed a little too far outside. I'd expect her to be a big factor in this game. She generates high numbers every single match.
Lead of the match for Orlando. Joseph back to serve, and that misses the sideline. Nia Grant will sub in for Grand Rapids as Sarah Sponsel checks off the floor. Service error from Marin Grote. Grote, who her head coach Kathy George said is a really strong server for Grand Rapids. 4 aces to now 5 errors. Set to the pin, Chaussee won't get the touch call. Point Orlando.
And I'm wondering, it looks like there will be a challenge. Or never mind, they considered it, but they didn't go with as Chaussee thought. And there is a challenge. Chaussee thought that ball grabbed the top fingertips of the block. Let's see if she's correct.
These angles provided by our crew here. But the cameras that'll do the officiating are provided by Bolt 6 Technology, who provides 22 high-def cameras around arenas in the Pro Volleyball Federation that can provide incredibly tight reviews, including that block touch by Wilma Rivera. And so with that, Chaussee will come away with a kill instead of an attack error. The point will not only be given to Grand Rapids on the backside of this, but also taken away from the Valkyries. And so instead of Orlando leading at 7-5, as you can see here, provided by Bolt 6, you would imagine will be knotted up at 6 momentarily.
And from that picture frame right there, I mean, there's no question why they call her Air Claire. She gets up so incredibly high, her entire face over that net, such an athlete.
Brianna Spain, our up referee, joined by Michelle Prater, our down referee, getting involved early here in set 1 with a review. And it's worth mentioning that each team does get 2 challenges per set. If you are successful in your challenge attempt, you retain it. If you are unsuccessful, you lose it. Then again, you get 2 more in the upcoming sets. First to 25, win by 2 to claim set 1. We're knotted up at 6. Ashley Evans back to serve. Back set, and there's Cass Brown. Here's Air Claire. Gillen, rejected by the triple block. Point to Grand Rapids.
And Adora Anai there did a good job in transition, getting off of the net quickly, having her full approach in front of her. She just wasn't able to tool the block or grab any fingertips.
That'll send Evans back to serve once more. That's a service error. Evans, one of a handful of players on the floor for either side that has spent time on the women's national team. Decorated career at Purdue. Cass Brown will serve it in for Orlando. Oh boy, I'll tell you what. Grand Rapids would love to see Nia Grant get going. She was awfully impressive in practice, Madison.
I mean, absolutely. That setter-hitter connection is perfect. That timing on that set that's so quick has to be spot on, and it was right to her hand, and she snapped her wrist and put it down.
Just 7 sets played to this point this season for Nia Grant. You'd expect an uptick here tonight with Kayla Cappy being placed on short-term injured reserve by Grand Rapids. That occurred on Monday, February 26th. So you would like to think more sets coming for Grant. Orlando sides out immediately. We're tied once again at 8. Oh, there's an ace serve.
And I think it's worth mentioning, Wilma Rivera, while playing for the Puerto Rico national team, was named best server for the World Olympic Qualification 2024. And right there, perfect example of it. Top jump spin, so much power behind it and perfectly placed.
9-8 Orlando. Rivera serves it once again. Her fellow Louisville Cardinal, Chaussee, passes it perfectly. Abbott, the beneficiary at the pin, number 27.
You see Abbott waiting on her approach, speeding up into it, driving that ball down the line.
Grant induces the overpass, and Abbott puts it down.
Solid serve by Nia Grant. Jill Gillen not able to control that pass. That's a really good float serve right at her chest.
Two-time national champ at Penn State, Nia Grant commits the service error. Two-time All-American, has since played pro volleyball in Thailand, France, Germany, Poland, and Italy. And now getting a turn here in the United States with Grand Rapids. Here's Adora Anai, back to serve. Back set, and there is a ton of heat on that swing there by Dimitrova.
And Dimitrova is a lefty, so blockers are not as accustomed or as practiced playing or blocking against a lefty, and that provides such an advantage for her.
That serve there picked up by Jill Gillen, and Shaina Joseph registers her first kill in her return to action.
And that right there is something that Shaina Joseph has been working on throughout the season. She's got a lot of hang time and she likes to into that seam, but coach is working on her, with her on getting those angles down, maybe hitting a little higher over the hands and mixing up those shots.
On the slide, Grote. Joseph, I'll correct myself, she's looking for kill number 3. Kaz Brown on the run. Looked like maybe a little miscommunication there by Orlando.
Exactly, all that was a communication error.
And so with that, Grand Rapids lead set 1, 12-11. Abbott once again working off the corner here. Back set Joseph. Back set Dimitrova. Joust at the net. And a free ball to Grand Rapids. Quick to the middle, and Grote puts it away.
That was a smart set to run. It's a 3. There's some space between the setter and the middle attacker. It's a gap set. You're trying to move the middle blocker with you. And she identified the block there and swung away from it quite nicely.
13-11 Grand Rapids as we dry up the Terraflex here at Edition Financial Arena. Abbott serves it in once again. Murphy, nice job picking that up on serve, receive, and it opens up Adora Anai.
And that's Adora Anai hitting from every single area of the court with the same amount of efficiency. She identifies where the defenders are and weaves it in between two of them.
Back row attack, and it's rejected by Kaz Brown. Oh boy, I mentioned for Grand Rapids, it'll be a plus to get Nia Grant going. If Orlando can get Kaz Brown going, she can dominate the net and she can really be an emotional leader for these Valkyries.
Exactly, she's one of those players that has the ability to put the team on her back and take off.
Chaussee off the block and out of play. Another kill for Air Claire.
Chaussee has double-digit kills in every match so far this season. She's a consistent hot hands for the Rise.
78 kills coming into this match, nearly 4% for Chaussee. Down the line, there's a kill for Jill Gillen.
And I love right there that Jill Gillen decided to swing down the line. The middle block didn't close the block well, so she could have swung into that angle, but she was going line and she swung high over the hands of Ashley Evans deep into that corner.
Jill Gill back to serve. Grote over the block. Gillen sends the free ball over, picked up by Sponsel. Oh, wow, what a swing, right through the seam. And with that, Grand Rapids pushes ahead 15-14. That'll take us to a midway media timeout here in set number 1. A heavy hitting first set in many ways. We'll rejoin the action after this.
We gonna take it, 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 gonna take it.
talk about competitive composure, and this kid has it. Reagan Cooper having a night tonight for the Fury.
If I can match that, Reagan Cooper slams it home on the back line. Right into the block. Who else? Reagan Cooper. Back to Reagan Cooper. And now set and match point coming up here for the Columbus Fury.
Back here at Edition Financial Arena. 15-14 Grand Rapids midway through set one. Neither team really able to break away from the other to this point here in this opening set. Hammering salvos back and forth. Sean Davison, Madison Fitzpatrick. Madison, what stood out to you so far?
I think the use of everyone from every position of the court. The pin hitters are attacking from the back row as efficiently as they do the front row. The setters are doing a good job at balancing out their offense and spreading out their offense.
It's been a lot of fun to watch these two teams swing away at each other. A number of quality block touches by Grand Rapids to this point. They've had 3 in addition to a couple of stuff blocks. Orlando's jammed up on serve receive there. They'll send the free ball over. Off speed over the block, picked up by Murphy. Back row, Gillen. And Abbott will run out of room.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. The setters are distributing the ball so well that it's difficult for the opposing defenses to get into a rhythm because they're spreading out their offense so evenly.
Kaz Brown will head back to serve, knotted up at 15. Set across the net, down to Chaussee at the pin. Oh boy, Grant nearly stuffed that one. That hammered off the block and out of play.
Dimitrova brings so much power to every single swing. She's got a long approach and a smooth arm swing. Right there tooling high off the hands of the block.
Player who has won 5 medals in international competition on her native Bulgarian national team, 2 of those gold. Knows how to be a pro. There she is with the quick twitch dig, and over it goes. Orlando punishes that ball hovering over the net.
And Adora Anai also has double-digit kills in all of the matches she's played so far. She's the hot hands in there. That's a gimme. She's supposed to take care of that one, and she did.
That'll send Wilma Rivera back to serve. Has 1 ace already in this set. And that's put down by Michaela White.
Michaela White did a good job right there tracking that ball, waiting and then holding in the air. She saw the tip coming. She held in the air and shoved it straight down. That's a difficult ball to cover.
17-16 Orlando. Rivera back to serve again. Abbott right through the seam and out of the reach of Murphy.
And I want to give credit right there to Sarah Sponsel. That was a perfect serve-receive pass off of a very difficult jump topspin. Sarah Sponsel, an Olympian of her own in the beach volleyball world.
Grant back to serve. There's Michaela White heating up.
And that's what Orlando needs to do if they're going to win. When they're in system, they need to set their middles and alleviate the pressure off of their pins. Perfect quick set. It's called a 1 right there straight to Michaela. She finds the open court.
Back and forth we go. Swapping the lead over and over. And that just missed. Brianna Spain with a quick reference to the monitor to make sure that was out. It was. Point to Grand Rapids. We're tied again. Short serve. And Joseph drops the hammer.
And that right there is Shaina Joseph's bread and butter, or rather any pin hitter's bread and butter. No one up. She has everywhere she wants to go. She had all of the options in the world, and she decided straight down the line.
3 kills on 7 swings in this first set now for Shaina Joseph. And Grand Rapids goes to their opposite hitter. Dimitrova, she misses the end line. Orlando didn't touch it. Point to the Valkyries, who enter the red zone, leading by 2. And a timeout will be taken by Grand Rapids. We'll take that timeout with them here at Addition Financial Arena. The homestanding Valkyries closing in perhaps on a set 1 win.
Our day has dawned.
A new horizon is upon us.
Inspired by the many who came before us, together on a path to achieve something extraordinary.
Do you hear the groundswell? We are at the forefront of a revolution. Empowered, inspired, together. We didn't get here alone.
This is our responsibility. We are creating a new major league on the greatest stage volleyball has ever seen. Pro Volleyball Federation is real pro volleyball.
Now is our time.
Communities will come together.
History will be made.
We are one.
Today, we are inspired.
Today, the light shines on us.
Today marks the beginning of the next chapter.
And we're writing it together.
Rally with us.
Fun first set here at Addition Financial Arena. Orlando at the moment leading it by 2. The Valkyries hitting 240 to this point. Grand Rapids hitting 210. Abbott off speed, picked up by Anai. Back set Joseph, off the block and down. Nice job by Grand Rapids coming away with a stuffed block. And that's Grote with yet another.
And Abbott did a good job setting that block in the right location. Grote got to her, pressed her arms over the net, read that hit really well for the block.
Here's Shannon Scully checking in. Gillen. Another kill for Jill Gill.
Jill Gillen is a seasoned 6-rotation player, having played 6 rotations in Arkansas her collegiate career. So she does a good job in the back row. You see there, she got targeted on serve receive. She passed that ball perfectly. Did her approach and got the kill. She's got a lot of ball control due to those 6-rotation reps she had all of college.
Now each team in the Pro Volleyball Federation can dress 2 liberos. Paula Sarame would be the second. She checks in as a defensive specialist and comes away with a huge ace.
And that right there is one of the reasons why coach puts her in. Her jump topspin has a ton of spin and power behind it, and she places it really well.
First ace in PVF play for Paula Sarame. And now Orlando leads by 3. Sponsel, great pass. Chassé puts it down.
Chassé right there using her nice long approach and all that momentum to snap on top of that ball. It was perfectly timed down the line.
22-20 Orlando. On the slide, Kaz Brown.
And that's Orlando doing the game plan that they talked about. Running the middles on a good pass, freeing up those pins. Kaz Brown on a slide when it is timed correctly is so efficient.
Joust at the net. Orlando comes away with it. Anai, cross court. And just like that, Orlando has set point.
Anai is the one to go to in these big pressure situations. She's got 2 blockers on her. They're nice and close. She swings to that 5-6 seam with a lot of confidence.
Oh, what a play by Sarame. Back row Gillen off speed. Dimitrova with the shove. Sarame once again covers a ton of ground, and Orlando seals the deal in set 1.
Look at Sarame coming in, with the ace, putting pressure on the service even and making these big-time digs in big-time situations.
What a lift off the bench for Orlando. Cool, calm, collected. They lead it 1-0.
Let's go celebrate now. Let's go.
What a start to this one here this evening in Orlando. The Valkyries win set one over Grand Rapids 25-20. Something to think about and chew on here for a bit. Grand Rapids won every first set this season until their last match coming into this one at San Diego. They lost it 36-34 in California. They had 7 set points in that one. It's a set that took 39 minutes, so not until that one did Grand Rapids lose a first set. They've now lost a first set here tonight as well. We get back underway with Orlando leading at 1-0. Ashley Evans gets us started. And there's another block for Grand Rapids. That has been a bright spot for them.
Definitely the pin hitters, the pin blockers are doing a good job at setting the block. And the middles are getting there at the right times, quickly taking off, tracking that ball really well. They have a solid press over the net, pointing their palms down to the floor, and there's been a lot of stuff blocks, you're right.
Back row attack, Shaina Joseph.
And you can see Shaina Joseph wanted that ball. She identified Mia Grant's hand, swung away from it. You see Mia Grant, she read that. She's diving her arms into that angle, but Shaina Joseph dropping that thumb, hitting a little too far angle for her reach.
Back the other way, there's Claire Chaussee. I want to go back to set one for a second before we get too far beyond it, Madison. Orlando hit 280 as a team. They've had sets where they've hit at a higher clip, but in terms of left pin, right pin, middle, front row, back row, that's as balanced of an attack as I've seen.
Exactly, and right there, that's a good example. That's what it takes to be elite. Distributing the ball to every single one of your attackers, utilizing that back row, keeping the opposing defense not in a rhythm. They did a good job of that first set.
If you're Grand Rapids here early on in set 2, what's the formula?
I mean, they played really well throughout that first set. I say just keep doing what you're doing. In the first set, Orlando outdug Grand Rapids, so maybe try and dig a little bit more balls. Easier said than done, but really it was back and forth. So I would say keep doing what you're doing, keep buying your time, repping it out, and it will come.
One little thing that I'll add on to that, for Grand Rapids, it'll be interesting to keep an eye on. They had 4 service errors in that first set, no aces. Orlando, who struggled in serving from time to time, 2-2. Free ball here to Grand Rapids. Back row, Chaussee off the tape and down.
Sometimes when it hits the tape, it's difficult to read where it's going, get underneath it, and dig it. That one worked out for Chaussee.
That expression said so much.
Yep.
Bite the lip, strange but effective. We'll take it, we'll move on. High arcing pass to Rivera. There's Chaussee, nice dig. Dimitrova. Boy, we're gonna call that name out a whole heck of a lot here tonight.
Something that I love that Coach Kathy George said about Dimitrova, the first thing she said about her is she's got her eye on the prize. And you can tell every time she goes up to swing, her eye is on the prize and she wants to score.
Played in 13 different club teams in 6 different countries. There's a quick side out by Michaela White.
It was a smart set. It was a one-on-one situation. Michaela White contacted that ball at such a high point over the net, and Wilma Rivera found her hand.
5-3 Grand Rapids, early set 2. A momentary delay to wipe up the Terraflex here at Ad 5. As Adora Anai waits in the wings. Service error by Anai. That's the first service error of the set for Orlando. Oh, nice pass, and Michaela White puts it down. We've seen her get hot and cold over the season, but when she is hot, she really can scorch teams at the net.
I mean, yeah, she's such an efficient attacker. And I want to give props to Wilma Rivera, the setter, dishing it out perfectly to her hand. And also really good court awareness, really good situational awareness as a setter, knowing to go back to MK White.
Oh, what a swing there by Dimitrova. That was trouble all the way from the initial pass, and she made the absolute most of that.
Dimitrova is an absolute pro. She betters the ball every single time she comes in contact with it.
Abbott back to serve, it's an error.
I will say, I expect them to run Dimitrova from that right back position a lot. Against Atlanta, when they won 3 sets to 2 sets, they ran through her right there in that position, and she was very effective towards the end of the match.
Chaussee off the block and down. Orlando kept playing it. They're not going to challenge that there was a pancake there. So it'll remain point Grand Rapids. It will be Grote back to serve. Service error by Maren Grote. The first Washington Husky, or the 4th in Washington Husky history with a .380 career hitting percentage, 3-time All Pac-12.
That's an incredible hitting percentage.
Yeah, that'll work. That will too. Whoa, Nia Grant.
And speaking of hitting percentages, yes, Nia Grant has been an 8-year pro, but as a senior at Penn State, she ranked second nationally with a .458 hitting percentage. So these Grand Rapid Rise players are efficient with their attack.
Just getting your first look at Nia Grant. That's what we've been seeing now for 2 days. Kaz Brown on the slide, and there you have it. Boy, that was tight to the end line. It'll count, though.
And that's a great area of the court to hit, because as a middle, you have the ability to bounce these balls and hit these 10-foot line balls, but a deep swing is difficult to read and dip.
A fortuitous kiss off the tape for Kaz.
I always said that was the best feeling. You get a kill, you go back to serve, and then you get an ace. It's one of the best feelings in volleyball.
Back at it. Out of system ball for Chaussee. Picked up well by Orlando. Gillen back row. Oh, wow. At some point in time, all you can do is laugh. And you're not laughing in the sense of making fun. You're laughing because just how do you stop it?
I mean, and she makes very little errors. So she's power, she's got the placement, she's consistent, and she barely hits the ball out. She's an absolutely incredible athlete.
Oh, an ace serve off of Jill Gillen. Claire Chaussee drops in an ace. And Grand Rapids has opened up a 3-point lead. Back to Jill Gill. Rivera on the run. An eye, cross court.
Great swing by Anai, seeing that block, swinging sharp angle. There was 2 players right there, Abbott and Sponsel. Sponsel went behind her, but Abbott not able to come up with the dig.
Serve, Wilma Rivera, perfectly placed.
Perfectly placed indeed, and with a ton of power behind it. I've said it before, I'll say it a million times. It's a high risk, high reward serve, the jump topspin. The toss has to be perfect. Your approach has to be perfect. You have to contact it at its highest point, and Wilma does it very consistently.
Coming into this match, had 33 aces as a team. Rivera responsible for 10 of them.
I absolutely believe it. She places that ball, pinpoints where she wants to go behind the service line every single time.
And true to form tonight, 4 aces already for Orlando, 2 of them for Wilma Rivera. Grand Rapids, though, maintains a 2-point lead. Joseph off the block. Oh, what a play! Nia Grant. Abbott rejected, though. It's still up. White out of the middle, point Valkyries.
What a great swing by White. That's a crossbody swing, dropped her pinky, drove it nice and deep. The block was a little bit down her line, kind of straight in front of her, and she avoided the hands of the block really well.
Oranai back to serve. Passed up by Chaussee. Set down the pin to Abbott. Orlando knocks it back. Second effort, Abbott dug up by Murphy. 1-0. Off speed. Off the edge of them down. Guess who?
Dimitrova, that's her 9th kill, and we're only about midway through the 2nd set. She's got 17 years of pro experience, and she terminates at the same level and at the same numbers that outsides usually do. She leads her team in kills and points as an opposite.
I'll put it another way. To this point in the match, Grand Rapids has scored 33 points. And you just said it, she's got 9 of them. Oh boy, Michaela White, speaking of 9, she's just throwing haymakers, quite literally.
You know what, Coach Amy Pauley wanted to get the middles involved, and we completely see why. Last match, Michaela White had 5 kills. Now, in only 2 sets, she's got 5 kills already, hitting 5-6.
Service error. And Grand Rapids extends the lead back to 2. Approaching the midway media break here at Edition Financial Arena. And it looks like we got a serving sub as Scully checks in for Abbott, who has struggled a bit in that department here tonight. Abbott with a couple of service errors so far. Oh, floated that one in there tight. Gillen down the line, a hot shot. Whoa, boy.
I mean, talk about power, talk about heat. Cranking that ball down the line. Gillen, 5'7", sometimes touching 10 feet when she contacts that ball. And also, I love the sportsmanship right here. You see Gillen making sure Dimitrova's okay. You gotta love to see it, even in the heat of competition. That's great sportsmanship.
Well, here was the set 1 spark plug for Orlando. Paula Sarame checking in. Look at that high toss. Looking sideline, and she'll miss it though. Point to Grand Rapids. They lead it by 2 midway through set 2. That'll be a timeout on the floor, and we will head to our midway media break. Grand Rapids looking to knot things up at 1 here at 5.
We are in the heart of the inaugural season of the Pro Volleyball Federation as we get started here tonight. Hannah Maddox from the 10-foot line. Hold on, that was powerful.
Oh my goodness, over her back. Gillen again. Goodness, Jill Gillen is a spike specialist.
Asia O'Neal.
The big attack there in a block from Hannah Tabbitt.
Reagan Cooper slams it home on the back line.
And there's another step block.
Angel Perez told us it's about winning the small battles. I know this would be a big battle to win for him and the Fury tonight. Asia O'Neal, Columbus, first-time winner in their home debut. Welcome home, Columbus Fury.
Orlando leads it 1-9, but Grand Rapids trying to knot things up here in set 2, leading at 15-13. While these teams are in their respective huddles, want to reach out to those of you tuning in who are supporters of the Valkyries, who maybe live here in the Central Florida area, and let you know that you can get your tickets now for the Valkyries' next home match, which is this Sunday, March 3rd at 3 p.m. right here at Edition Financial Arena. Great seats are still available, and tickets are as low as $10. Talk about a bargain for some high-quality volleyball. Log on to OrlandoValkyries.com for all your Valkyries ticket needs. That's OrlandoValkyries.com as we get back underway here in set number 2. Grote serves it in. Orlando stifled by the block, picked up by Grote herself. And transitioning out of that, Claire Chaussee. An eye off the block of Grant, knocked back to Orlando. Gillen looking down the line, missed it.
And that was a great idea by Gillen. She felt 2 blockers right in front of her. Didn't really feel like she had much anywhere to go, so she tried to tip high over down the line. You see that a lot, but just aired a little too far outside the court.
Gillen just attacks that one on 2. There's Orlando's block once again. Back set Brown. It's still up. Gillen. Dug up by Scully. And sent over. Oh boy, Kaz Brown out of the middle.
And when you get a free ball like that, you know you got to terminate the ball. I love that she's running through Kaz Brown a little quick behind. The block was split. Kaz Brown contacted it at a high point, snapped her wrist, perfectly placed it deep down the line.
Still a 2-point lead for Grand Rapids. Jill Gillen rotates to the back row to serve. Back set, Dimitrova just hammered that right into the block and tooled it for the kill.
She's just as terminal from the back row as she is the front row. Tooling the block, hitting high hands, hitting deep. She's got a wide arsenal of offense and she uses it all.
Hitting north of 400 in this match. That's kill number 10. That just missed. Service error, point back to Orlando. Chaussee with the kill.
And that Chaussee driving it through that gap in the block. Michaela White a little slow to close there. Chaussee with that quick arm swing drove it right through that open seam.
Chaussee began her pro career in Italy, then played a year of Athletes Unlimited, finished 10th in the Athletes Unlimited League. That followed a decorated career at Louisville, which culminated in her being the ACC Player of the Year in 2022 and making a trip to the national championship match where they were swept by Texas. Texas, by the way, winning back-to-back national championships. A tremendous run for the Longhorns. Got some substitutions on the floor here as we get set to get back underway. Simone Abbott back on the floor now for Grand Rapids. And with those subs, Wilma Rivera was waiting back there for an extra second or two and commits the service error.
Yeah, but you know, Grand Rapids is happy to get out of that serve-receive rotation. We know how terminal Wilma Rivera's serve can be.
Already 2 aces, now a service error for Rivera, who backsets Shaina Joseph. Picked up by Claire Chaussee. Dimitrova picked up by Rivera. Out of system ball now to an eye. Whoa, what a dig by Chaussee. Nobody else could get to it though, so that all-out effort will go for not much but a cool highlight. Still tip the cap to both an eye and Chaussee alike.
Great diving dig by Chaussee, who reads the ball so well.
Yes.
She could see it going down the line. She throws out that one arm, diving effort. It's a great up by her.
Grand Rapids closing in on the red zone, leading at 19-17, set 2. Dimitrova off the edge of the block and out of play. Instant offense, just mix in some water, apparently, for Dimitrova.
Exactly, and Coach George said, Dimitrova's seen it all. She's done it all. She's played against the best in the world and beaten the best in the world, so she knows how to win and how to score.
How valuable that is late. And Orlando comes away with a quick kill there over on 2. Making the most of the tight pass. Still 2-point. Second set. Nobody really running away by a super significant margin, no more than 3. And that's where it'll be right there. Back and forth between 2 and 3 points for Grand Rapids. Number 14 in white just delivers over and over and over and over again.
She's an absolute pro. She knows how to get it done. That's her 12th kill. So far, we're only into 2 sets.
Abbott drops in the ace. And right now, Grand Rapids has their largest lead of the set.
High risk, high reward serve. And that's one of the best things about the jump topspin. You drive it deep and it drops right there towards that end line. Grand Rapids 22-18 here in set 2.
Here in Edition Financial Arena, Abbott and Grand Rapids are looking to inch ever closer to a set 2 win. Not to be there for Simone, that's a service error, and Orlando is back within 3.
And that's why you call the timeout, trying to ice the server, and right there it was effective.
Joseph back to serve, picked up by Sponsel. Chassé!
Chassé right there, driving it through the seam, but swinging high and almost over Kaz Brown, who got there to close, but Chassé, Air Claire, using all of that momentum. She's not the tallest outside attacker, but man, can she jump, and she uses all of that vertical to swing.
Camila Gomez checking in to serve. Jill Gillen off the block and out of play. A kill for Jill Gill. And Orlando gets back within 3.
And for those who don't know volleyball, a lot of the times it looks like maybe she swung and it just happened to touch the block and go out. But no, she did that on purpose. She's purposely swiping it off the hands of the blocker to get the kill.
We call that a tool for Jill Gillen, and she does it to perfection. Chassé! Oh boy, she's really starting to heat up here when it matters most in set 2.
That's Chassé hitting every single area of the court, right there deep down the line, dropping her pinky and driving it right to that perfect corner.
Orlando won set 1, 25-20. Set point here for Grand Rapids. Evans picks it up. Out of system ball for Chassé off the edge of the block. Brown on the slide, puts it to the back corner.
I've been really impressed by the areas of the court that the middles for Orlando are attacking. They're going for those deep corners, and they're hitting it at a really high efficiency. On a good pass, it was smart for Wilma Rivera, the setter, to run through Kaz Brown right there.
Still set point for Grand Rapids, a side out away from knotting this up, and there it is. A service error puts an end to set number 2. And Grand Rapids wins set 2, 25-21. That'll take us to the locker rooms and to the intermission here at Edition Financial Arena, where Grand Rapids evens things up with the homestanding Orlando Valkyries. We'll be back with more after these messages.
We gonna take it, 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 gonna take it,
We talk about competitive composure, and this kid has it. Reagan Cooper having a night tonight for the Fury.
If I can match that, Reagan Cooper slams it home on the back line. Right into the block. Who else? Reagan Cooper. Back to Reagan Cooper. And now set match point coming up here for the Columbus Fury. We are in the heart of the inaugural season of the Pro Volleyball Federation as we get started here tonight. Hannah Maddox from the 10-foot line. Oh my, that was powerful.
Oh my goodness, over her back. Gillen again. Goodness, Jill Gillen is a spike specialist.
Asia O'Neal.
Big attack there and a block from Hannah Tapp.
Reagan Cooper slams it home on the back line.
And there's another step block.
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Angel Perez told us it's about winning the small battles. I know this would be a big battle to win for him and the Fury tonight. Asia O'Neal, Columbus first-time winner in their home debut. Welcome home, Columbus Spirit.
Back here in Orlando, as we take a look at the stats between the Valkyries and the Grand Rapids Rise. Orlando with a couple more aces. Grand Rapids with a couple more kills. Relatively even in the block and error columns. But Madison, the numbers that I want to sit on are numbers that don't appear on this screen. Orlando hit 320 in the second set and lost because Grand Rapids hit 460.
I mean, as a team, that is an incredible hitting efficiency number. And I've got something crazy too. Dimitrova hit 890 on 8 kills. I mean, she was almost perfect that game. Chassé, 6 kills, hit 550. So when you're terminating that efficiently, it's difficult for the opposing team to get into any kind of rhythm of their own. Yes, they did a good job, but the Rise just produced absolutely incredible numbers from the attack line.
Yeah, they certainly did, and with those numbers, they knotted up one set apiece. The intermission continuing here at Edition Financial Arena.
Our day has dawned.
A new horizon is upon us.
Inspired by the many who came before us, together on a path to achieve something extraordinary.
Do you hear the groundswell? We are at the forefront of a revolution. Empowered, inspired, together. We didn't get here alone.
This is our responsibility. We are creating a new major league on the greatest stage volleyball has ever seen. Pro Volleyball Federation is real pro volleyball.
Now is our time.
Communities will come together.
History will be made.
We are one.
Today, we are inspired.
Today, the light shines on us.
Today marks the beginning of the next chapter.
And we're writing it together.
Rally with us.
Angel Perez told us it's about winning the small battles. I know this would be a big battle to win for him and the Fury tonight. Asia O'Neal, Columbus, first-time winner in their home debut. Welcome home, Columbus Fury.
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Intermission continuing here at Edition Financial Arena. Sean Davison alongside the beach volleyball All-American at Florida State, Madison Fitzpatrick. And Madison, I know we talked about stats in our last segment, but I want to come back to two more. As teams, through the first couple of sets, Orlando hitting 300, Grand Rapids hitting 320. Folks, if you like offense, this is clearly the match for you.
Exactly, and we talk about it all the time, but every single area of the court is as elite as they come. Every single player on the Grand Rapids Rise is an All-American or a professional volleyball player and has been for many years, and same with the Orlando Valkyries. So these numbers are just a testament to how elite all of these athletes are.
The cream of the crop, and we've seen it rise to the top here at Edition Financial Arena. As we take a look at the highlights, there are plenty through the first two sets alone.
And right here is a big point of emphasis for the Valkyries. Kaz Brown's net defense has been so effective, but here we see Nia Grant running that three with a little gap set, swinging down her body and down. And then we talked about Dimitrova, the 17-year veteran, who is terminal from every single area of the court and swings with such confidence. And talk about confidence, here's Adora Anai running out of middle back, an area she looks very comfortable in. Michaela White has become involved early and often for the Valkyries. And it is bounce town as well for Grand Rapids Rise. Mia Grant doing the most, bouncing those balls. And we can't have highlight reels without seeing a lot of Dimitrova, who's been so incredible. Last but not least, look at that fire. Look at that passion from Michaela White, the Orlando Valkyries, having a standout performance from every area of the court. And the same with the Rise.
Bounce Town. I like that moniker. Here at UCF, they call their football stadium the Bounce House. Hey, if AdFi's Bounce Town, that's a lot of fun for all. Set 3 up next.
We gonna take it, 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 gonna take it,
Well, the crowd is hyped up, and for good reason. Set 3, if it's anything like sets 1 and 2, it's going to be some must-see TV, folks. So glad to have you along for the ride with us here at Edition Financial Arena. Madison Fitzpatrick, the Beach Volleyball All-American, alongside me, Sean Davison, as we get set for set number 3. Madison, when you dissect what we saw in sets 1 and 2, one final thought, how would you describe the action to this point?
Oh my goodness, in one thought, I would say electric. Both teams bouncing balls, both teams hitting every single area of the court. We've seen long rallies, we've seen smart setting, we have seen it all. And if those 2 first sets are anything like what's to come, we are in for an absolute treat.
Could not agree more as the team swap sides on the backside of the intermission. Those of you who've tuned into Orlando matches will think I'm sounding like a broken record to this point, but for anybody who's new and is familiar with college volleyball where the team swap sides between every set, there's only one side swap and it occurs now. So as you tune in from home, you'll notice that Orlando is now operating on your right and that Grand Rapids is now on your left. And so that is how they will line things up as we get back underway with Adora Anai doing the honors for Orlando. Set to the middle and Grant. Orlando's blockers were ready. That another quality block touch by the Valkyries, but China Joseph put that ball on top of the net, and the Rise put that one to the floor in a hurry.
And that was a solid swing by Dimitrova. Even though it wasn't a kill, she's constantly getting the defense in a little bit of chaos, constantly getting the defense in trouble.
Grant rotates to the back row and serves it in. Michaela White sides out immediately. Michaela White really heated up in set number 2, Madison.
She absolutely has, and her getting involved is the spark plug that Orlando needs. She sees the block, identifies the hands of the blocker really well, and swings around them.
White, who started off Orlando franchise history with an ace against Atlanta, goes back to serve. China Joseph hangs and goes off speed. Back set, Dimitrova puts it to the floor. I think Orlando thought for a second that was still up and they were playing on, but that was an immaculate kill once again.
Yeah, Dimitrova is so consistent, and if you give her any area of the net without a block, that block not close enough, she's going to drive it through quickly.
Back to serve. And it's an ace.
It's a solid, flat float serve. It's difficult to receive a serve that floats that well because it's dipping and it's diving and it's rising and it moves a lot from the time that it contacts her hand to the time it's at the serve receive line.
17 kills, 13 digs in San Diego for Dimitrova. China Joseph back to work off of a couple match absence due to injury. Jill Gillen says, I've been here the whole time. Let me find the seam.
That is very well put. You're right. When she finds that seam, and there's not much area to work with. When she's got a quick arm swing, she contacts it at its highest point. You know, she's coming off of 18 kills and 11 digs. She's had double-digit kills in every single match she's played so far.
Joseph floats that one down the line. There's a stop block by Kaz Brown.
And if you know volleyball, you know a block like that is not just throwing your arms into the air. You have to be very technically sound, very disciplined, pressing your arms over the net at the right time, pointing those palms into the court.
Orlando came into this match averaging 2.5 blocks per set. Joseph serves it once again. There's another quality block touch by Orlando. This time, Grand Rapids keeps it up. Once again, the blocker's got a piece of that. Over on to Rivera. There's a slide for Grote. An eye back row. Quick twitch by Evans and a free ball by Sponsel. Brown on the slide. And that'll miss the hands of Orlando. The attack error pushes the Valkyries out in front by 1.
Both teams' defenses doing a lot of work. I've seen really good block touches, a lot of good defensive plays, some quick twitch digs. The defenses are on it right now.
Good service run for Shaina Joseph. And that shove finds the end line.
And that is how good Dimitrova is. That set a little too low, so she doesn't pull out swing. She doesn't hit it out. She takes a little bit off of it, tips it right to the back end line. She is so seasoned. You can tell she's done that so many times.
Gillen on serve receive, now in transition. Is able to tool that block for the kill.
Jill Gillen does a lot of work in transition. After passing that ball, she really works to get out there, have her full approach in front of her. As a 5'7" attacker, she needs all of that momentum, and she puts in a lot of work in between those points.
Service error there by Jill Gill, rotating to the back row. Mia Grant will sub onto the floor, Sponsel checking out. And of course, just like in every level, the libero substitutions do not count against each of these teams. Hey, there's a trickle ace. We've seen a couple of those here in this match. But as I was saying there, Madison, the libero subs don't count against each team. They have 8 to work with as opposed to the 15 at the NCAA level and the 6 at the international level. A good in-between as Joseph, speaking of in-between, goes to work from the back row.
Joseph from the back row. We haven't seen a lot of that, but I love that set. It's a little quicker. Call a bic. She gets on top of it, jumps up, snaps her wrist, and it's all floor from there.
Kaz Brown. I mentioned the trickle aces. She had one, nearly another, and Grand Rapids sides out with Claire Chassé.
We got to give credit to Abbott right there with the one-arm serve receive. And then Air Claire doing what she does best, dropping that thumb, really sharp cross-court swing and avoiding the hands of Michaela White.
Chassé, who has a double-double in 4 of 5 matches played coming into this one. Had 10 kills and 8 digs at San Diego and is piling up the kills in this one already. Joseph, back row again. Cross court by Chassé. Gillen, what an up. An eye picked up by Chassé. Now in transition off speed, Joseph got it. An eye puts it down. What great defense there.
And Anai makes it look easy, just a little jump, a step jump, tips it to the open court, and we're gonna have ourselves a challenge. They say that ball is down. And it actually looks like the Rise almost stopped playing. They didn't get up and block on that ball. Ashley Evans really thought that ball was down.
Well, here's the thing. If you're going to challenge something in the middle of a point, you've got 7 seconds to do it. You can't wait until the point is over. So that would explain why Grand Rapids seemingly stopped playing, because they had already put that challenge into effect, that ball had touched the floor. They are correct. They win the point. They lead by 2. Takes a lot of guts to challenge something mid-rally. They do it, and they're successful. And now they lead by 3. Claire Chaussee once again.
She's the hot hands right now, stepping up for her team, swinging high and over the block. Jill Gillen there in the right position, just not able to get her platform underneath it enough.
11 kills for Claire Chaussee. 8 digs, well on her way to yet another double-double, you would imagine. Kayla White out of the middle. And I believe we're going to get a net violation here against Orlando.
Solid serving by Ashley Evans, who we haven't called her name that much, but as a setter, she's doing a fantastic job. She's a part of the reason the efficiency of the attackers is so high for the Rise. She's got great court awareness. She reads the block and the defense really well and distributes that ball nice and evenly, gets her feet to the ball every time. She's a 6-year pro and an incredible setter.
And with that net vault by the Valkyries, that means Grand Rapids leads by 4. Timeout, Orlando. We'll take it with them.
Our day has dawned.
A new horizon is upon us.
Inspired by the many who came before us, together on a path to achieve something extraordinary.
Do you hear the groundswell? We are at the forefront of a revolution. Empowered, inspired, together. We didn't get here alone.
This is our responsibility. We are creating a new major league on the greatest stage volleyball has ever seen. Pro Volleyball Federation is real pro volleyball.
Now is our time.
Communities will come together.
History will be made.
We are one.
Today, we are inspired.
Today, the light shines on us.
Today marks the beginning of the next chapter.
And we're writing it together.
Rally with us.
Back here at Edition Financial Arena, fans are flexing, and frankly so too at the moment is Grand Rapids, as they open up a 4-point lead over the homestanding Valkyries here at Edition Financial Arena. 10-6 in favor of the Rise, who knotted things up by winning set 2, 25-21. Orlando winning the opening set 25-20. Ashley Evans gets us back underway, and Adora Anai puts an end to that service rotation. A kill for number 14 in blue.
Dora Anai taking advantage of a little bit of an open seam there. Mia Grant not close in time and a little ill-timed on her way down. Dora Anai swinging off those fingertips.
Wilma Rivera with a couple of aces. Gets Grand Rapids out of system there. Here's an out of system ball for Anai. What a play by Sponsor. Back set, Joseph. Once again, Spotzel cleans things up, but only for the moment. Oh, wow. Point to Grand Rapids.
And let me just go ahead and brag on Sarah Sponsel for just a quick second. At UCLA, she's a 2-time beach volleyball national champion and All-American. She went to the Tokyo 2021 Olympics. She's played setter at LMU. She's played outside, so she's played a lot of middle back, and now she's playing left back. So coach said she's coming from beach. It's a shottier type of game, and now she's learning how to play left back to reposition herself, find those angles in left back, and with more heat coming at her, and she just did such a good job at managing that heat, finding those angles, and stepping up as a libero.
She's looked darn good so far in this one. And I'll tell you what, Grand Rapids is really finding their form here. Set 2, set 3. They're putting the pedal to the metal.
Dimitrova always finding ways to score. Right there, the block closed, the defense set. She's a left-handed attacker. You can just find more angle. It seems like when there's not any more angle, she finds it.
With surgical precision, too, might I add. Back row, snipped out by Grote.
That set maybe just a little too low for Adora Nye. She didn't have anywhere to go with it, and Grote on top of it, reading it really well.
A service error by the Rise. That was Camila Gomez checking in. Two-time JUCO national champ, then continued her college career at Texas A&M. And then spent the last couple of years in Brazil and on the Colombian national team. Kayla White serves it in for Orlando. Joseph, off the attack error, goes back to work. Oh, big block, kept up. Somebody got in the net. Yeah, Orlando was.
First of all, Chaussee is such an incredible six-rotation player. She reads the ball so well. She makes these really fast, quick twitch digs, keeping that play alive. And then the Valkyries just netting because that was just tight. Sometimes it's easier to error when the ball is tight and you really want the point.
Quick to the middle, there's Cass Brown. High reach for Abbott. There's Jill Gillen.
Jill Gillen right there, swinging away from the block and away from Sponsel. Rising into the air, hitting cross court. And you can see there her momentum and her approach is so long and fast. She's so explosive and dynamic.
And here's Orlando doing something different here. Carly Graham, their second setter, checking in to serve in place of Wilma Rivera. Oh, wow, okay. Orlando, in fact, going to the dub sub with a Johnny Teeler checking into the front row, and boy, what an entrance.
And Johnny Teeler is one of those players that can come in, bring a new energy, and make an immediate impact. We've seen it throughout the season, and you see it right there, solid block.
And quickly back the other way, Dimitrova with another kill.
Dimitrova hitting over 500. That's her 16th kill, and we're only in set 3.
That'll work. That won't though. Abbott with the service error.
The Valkyries have trailed throughout this entire set, it seems. Let's see if they can get some momentum back on their side.
Gillen will serve it in, rotating to the back row. Say on serve receive. Now going back to work offensively in transition. That'll miss. And if Grand Rapids wants to challenge, it'll have to be a net touch. You can't challenge in or out. Bolt 6 takes care of that on its own. And so I would have to imagine this is going to be a net or a net touch, or a block touch, I should say, not net touch, block touch that Coach George wants to take a look at.
Exactly. Claire Chaussee came down from that swing and was very confident right when she landed that there was a block touch on that ball.
Block touches, net touches, whether or not there was a pancake or the ball hit the floor, foot faults, illegal back row attacks, all reviewable. And was there a block touch? No, says Bolt 6. And so what that means, Grand Rapids has lost a challenge for the balance of set 3. They do get 2 in set 4. But they will only have 1 to work with. That'll make things interesting if there's something else they don't like. Jill Gillen with the service error. Karen Grote back to serve. Hitting 300 on the season, one of their best servers as well. Oh boy, look at Chaussee, just bouncing balls. Orlando does well to keep that up. Evans calls her own number. Anai lets it fly, and that's another kill for Adora.
Adora Anai finds a lot of success in that 5-6 but first, let's go ahead and look at this dig by Georgia Murphy, lining up into that angle, getting underneath it and popping that ball up. An out-of-system play, but Adora Anai controlling her body so well, driving it to that 5-6 seed.
Off speed, and Orlando can't get to it. Emilia Dimitrova showing a little bit more range.
And that was a smart shot by Dimitrova. The middle, Kaz Brown playing left back in that rotation. She tips it right in front of her.
Oh, there's Michaela White. Great offense there by Orlando. You can see how quickly you can go when you get in system.
Exactly, and props to Adora Anai. Taking that serve-receive ball overhead. Perfect pass to her setter. Michaela White has been extremely efficient. So far, yep, hitting over 500, so a great night for White.
So on the backside of the dub sub, Joseph and Wilma Rivera check back in. Dimitrova off the block. Orlando kept it up for a moment, but it'll find the floor nonetheless. Another kill for number 14 in White.
Man, we have said her name a lot. Ashley Evans, rapid setter, really trusts Dimitrova, and for obvious reasons. She terminates the ball at such a high level. I love that she continues to go back to her. She knows the hot hands, and she'll set it.
Evans, who averages just shy of 11 assists per set to this point this season, already has 34. So on pace to exceed that tonight. And we're midway through set 3. Orlando puts that ball down.
And that was a bit of a trap set. It was inside. Dimitrova didn't really have her approach like she would want to. She had to crash in, try and tip, but there were two blockers on her. There wasn't really much area for her to go to.
Adora Anai will go back to serve. Quick to the middle. Anai picks it up. There's Gillen off the edge of the block and down. Here's a run for Orlando. They're within 2.
And Gillen loves that tempo set. A quick set, the goal for that as a 5'7" attacker is to beat the blocker there. You want to use what you're best at, which is her speed, and she did right there.
Dimitrova picked up by Anai. Gillen hammers it off the block once more. Back set and turning it down the line, Dimitrova.
Dimitrova has such an incredible amount of range. I'm pretty sure she has painted every single line on this court, hit every single area. She has such control over the ball every time she attacks.
There's something about watching an opposite pull it and shred down the line, isn't there, Madison?
Exactly, and that's one of the advantages of her being a lefty. She can crank it down the line, cross body swing really nicely.
Still a very tight third set. A 1-point third set as Michaela White goes back to serve. 19-18 Grand Rapids. White, straight up. Gillen ties it.
And there's Gillen going down the line. And props to Michaela White digging that ball perfectly. That's a middle playing back row right there. And then Jill Gillen weaving it in between the block and 2 defenders.
Back row, hello! Claire Chaussee.
Claire Chaussee wanted that kill. She screamed for it. She was up in the air. She was ready. It was a quick set. She used her entire body, almost like a full body crunch, to snap on that ball and put it down.
That is an 8:34 p.m. wake-up call. My goodness. Jill Gillen on the attack. The antenna was vibrating. Based on the call by Brianna Spain, it appears Grand Rapids is the team who contacted the antenna. China Joseph will go back to serve. Pass. Dimitrova did catch the end line.
And Dimitrova loves a one-on-one situation. It was just Jill Gillen in the air there. Kaz Brown got a little hung up, and Dimitrova took advantage.
You know, I think the best thing that I can say, and I think it's the biggest compliment to the Federation as a whole, we've said time and time again, just too good, just too good. And that just speaks to the level of every one of these ladies on the floor.
Exactly. I mean, there's a mix of All-Americans like Kaz Brown. There's Olympians out there. There's 17-plus year professionals. I mean, really, everyone on the court is just too good. And here, Kaz Brown speeding up that slide approach to get there and grab those fingertips up the blocker.
A massive third set. If you're Grand Rapids on the road, who's led this one by as many as a handful of points, you'd love to think you can find a way here. Paula Sarame was a huge lightning bolt for Orlando in set one, and Grand Rapids says we will see not much more of this. That puts an end to the service run, at least for Sarame, as it just began. Orlando will keep her in to play some back row, though. There she is on serve receive. Quick to the pin, there's Adora Anai.
Adora Anai with the sharp cross-court swing, getting on top of that ball. Solid pass, and then Wilma Rivera running that quick set. Adora Anai avoiding that block.
Looks like Carly Scott will be checking in here for Orlando. She'll serve in place of Kaz Brown. Scott come in quite a bit here as a serving sub for Orlando to this point this season. Big moment here for number 18. Oh, wow, Orlando at the net shuts down Dimitrova. What a huge moment to do it as well.
That's a huge moment. If you were ever going to shut down Dimitrova, now is the time in the red zone. Now the Valkyries within 2.
And a timeout by Grand Rapids. That is a fired up bunch over on the home bench. Midway into the red zone, leading it 23-22. The homestanding Valkyries looking to take a 2-1 lead.
We are in the heart of the inaugural season of the Pro Volleyball Federation as we get started here tonight. Hannah Maddox from the 10-foot line. Hold on, that was powerful.
Oh my goodness, over her back. Gillen again! Goodness, Jill Gillen is a spike specialist.
Asia O'Neal!
The big attack there in a block from Hannah Tabbitt.
Reagan Cooper slams it home on the back line.
And there's another step block.
Angel Perez told us it's about winning the small battles. I know this would be a big battle to win for him and the Fury tonight. Asia O'Neal! Columbus! First-time winner in their home debut. Welcome home, Columbus Fury.
High drama here on the campus of UCF in Orlando, Florida, where the Orlando Valkyries are looking to take a 2-1 lead over Grand Rapids. Carly Scott back to serve once more. Orlando leads at 23-22, but just for a moment, because Grand Rapids sides out and responds to tie it.
And look at Ashley Evans, the rise setter, getting her feet there. Even when the pass is off the net, she gets her feet to the ball and can turn an iffy pass into a perfectly placed set.
Speaking of Evans, she goes back to serve. 23 up in set 3. Nye goes to work and delivers Orlando a set point opportunity.
And this is what we talked about in the open. This is the red zone that the Valkyries have been practicing, terminating the ball and finishing the play and finishing the game. And let's see if all that practice paid off right now.
Wilma Rivera will serve it in. Chassé!
And that is a power tip if I have ever seen one. Straight down to the floor. Saw the gap in the block. Michaela White not closed. She took advantage of it, tipping that ball straight down. She has so much power. It doesn't matter what kind of attack she's doing.
Extra volleyball here in set 3 in Orlando. That's a service error and another set point opportunity for the Valkyries.
And if you're the Rise right now, you're thinking solid pass, solid set, and finish it off serve receive. Side out, first ball contact. Don't want the Valkyries to get a chance to score.
It's another pretty good run through the back row for Paula Sarame as she rotates off the floor. Adora Anai will serve it in. Back set, there's Anai. Orlando tight to the net. Joseph down the line. Back row, Murphy, great up. And Grand Rapids takes care of business at the net. And we play on in set 3.
Looks like Jill Gillen wanted that set to just be a little bit faster. She beat the ball to the net and the ball was behind her.
There's Gillen. And there she goes. Jill Gillen and Orlando have set point number 3.
And there she goes is right. That's the tempo that Jill Gillen absolutely eats up. And you see there Grote just a little late to close, a little late into the air, and Jill Gillen tools the buck and down.
Dimitrova ties it up once again.
And you can tell that Evans trusts Dimitrova. They went to her a lot at the end of that Atlanta game where they won in the 5th set because she can score in big-time moments.
And those 17 years of experience will serve it in, tied at 26. Gillen, the rookie, passes, transitions, hammers off the block. Sponsel passes it up. Chassé! Wow, what a swing!
And just like that, the tables are turned and the Rise is within 1 of taking this 3rd set. Swinging right in between that open block, weaving that ball in between 2 defenders and 2 blockers. So much power and heat behind it.
Orlando calls timeout. They'll hit the reset button, and in so doing, will also attempt to ice Dimitrova. Not sure how easily that is a prospect there when you've got a grizzled vet like Dimitrova waiting in the wings trying to go up 2-1. Madison, how big is it? I feel like it's a relatively, I don't want to say obvious question, but if you're Grand Rapids on the road and you took a tough loss on the road at San Diego a week ago, went back to Michigan, barely had any time to turn around, watch film, then you're on a plane and heading down to Orlando. That is a tough week stretch for the Rise. How important is it for them to lead it 2-1 as opposed to be trailing 2-1 on the road here tonight?
Oh, I mean, absolutely so important. Volleyball is a game of momentum, and sometimes that can carry from set to set. And when you win a tight set in overtime like this, you've got a little bit more confidence heading into set 4. And like you said, they've been on a gauntlet. They've been on a stretch. They're probably emotionally and physically exhausted, but they are such elite athletes. You would not be able to tell from their performance out here.
They're heading back out to San Diego after this match as well. Dimitrova set point for the first time for Grand Rapids. Nice pass, and Joseph puts it to the floor.
Welcome back into the lineup, Shaina Joseph. Waiting on that set. Wilma Rivera getting it to her right shoulder, and Joseph just cranking on the ball. She jumps so high and has such hang time.
No more subs left for Orlando. Joseph goes back to serve. Dimitrova rejected. Orlando had the block ready. Abbott now goes to work, and I passes it up. Jill Gillen had it stuffed.
And that set for Gillen a little too inside. So she had to crash in. She got a good job getting her feet there, but she contacted that ball a little too low, and it was sent back.
Another set point opportunity for Grand Rapids. Kiss off the tape. Brown off speed. And the point goes to Orlando. Grand Rapids came crashing into the net, and Brianna Spain blew it dead. All. Gillen serves it in. Orlando once again. Chaussee paints the line.
And the Rise doing a good job at covering the ball. Orlando's net defense, their block is pretty on right now, but the Rise is giving themselves a lot of chances and recycling that ball quite often.
Second chance opportunity. Chaussee cashes it in. Grote back to serve. Another set point for Grand Rapids, and that goes wanting.
And you know, if you're Orlando, you've got to take advantage of those late set errors by the Rise.
Each team has let some opportunities slip. Who will cash in set 3? Brown serves it in. Chaussee cross court. Anai gets it up. Now in transition. Splits the seam.
And that was an Adora Anai dig, transitioning off the net, and then still getting up so high, contacting that ball so high, and dropping her thumb a little bit, weaving it in between two blockers. She is such an athlete. She's a 6-year pro, coming off 12 kills, 18 digs, an all-around super 6-rotation player.
I would say a momentary delay to wipe up the floor, but I think they just wiped up more than what they didn't. Everybody laying out there, and Orlando has yet another set point. Chaussee, quick. Orlando tips it back. Joseph covers. Anai had it rejected, and it stays in play. A huge step block for Grand Rapids, tight to the sideline.
And that was Chaussee setting that block. Oh my goodness, look at that. I don't think I have seen a ball be that close to out, yet still in my entire career. Look at that shadow barely grazing that white line. Orlando fans not happy about it.
Orlando fans want Amy Pauley to challenge it, but you cannot challenge in or out, and frankly, it was the right call to begin with. Anai off speed. Grand Rapids keeps it up. I think they might have been in the net, though. They were. That might have been 4 contacts to get it over, actually.
Yep, 4 contacts. Chaussee contacted that ball after there had already been 3 Rise contacts.
Another set point for Orlando. And Wilma Rivera serves it in. She served it in Orlando's first opportunity. Overpass. Anai and Orlando lead 2-1.
Michaela White right there, the middle for Orlando, did a good job at holding Nia Grant on her, therefore opening up a one-on-one situation for Adora Anai to absolutely let loose. Adora Anai finished at 32-30.
An epic and electric set 3 goes to the homestanding Valkyries. They can win it in 4, and we'll be back for it after these messages. folks. Have you caught your breath yet? What a third set that was. Orlando hit 300. Grand Rapids hit 280. Orlando had 5 set points, and the 5th time was the charm. Grand Rapids had 3 of their own that slipped away. Oh.
I mean, you ask them if they've caught their breath. I haven't. It's hard for me to sit in my seat and watch that set. That was so incredibly exciting.
Away we go in set number 4. First to 25, win by 2. For Grand Rapids, that would be to win the set. For Orlando, that would be to win the match. And Claire Chaussee has really been the hot hand here over the later stages of set 3. Now kicking things off in set 4 with a kill for Grand Rapids. They're on the board first.
Yep, she had 9 kills in set 3 alone.
Ashley Evans with the service error into the net. And we're knotted up at 1. Michaela Light will send it in. Oh, nice pass by Sponsor. Free ball opportunity. Oh, wow, Gillen was ready for that. Look at that Orlando block!
Shutting down both pins. Kaz Brown moves so dynamically side to side along the net. Right here, blocking Dimitrova. And then to the opposite pin and blocking Chaussee. She's such a dynamic blocker.
Off we go in set number 4. Everybody's got a full complement of subs and challenges. And we have had a flair for the dramatic. Back set, Joseph. What an up. Good coverage once again by Grand Rapids off Orlando's block. Gillen, quick twitch dig, I should say. Off the block. Anai passes it up. Oh, what a rally. Back row Anai, passed up by Abbott. Joseph. And that'll be a point for Grand Rapids.
Simone Abbott, we haven't called her name offensively as much, but defensively, she's been absolutely on fire there in middle back. She's got such a good read of the ball, and she's kept a lot of plays alive for the Rise.
Simone Abbott, who previously as a pro played in Italy, France, Turkey, Puerto Rico, Greece, and in the Athletes Unlimited here in the States. Decorated pro career, and there is Orlando responding with more fireworks of their own.
Good in-system pass by Adora Anai. Quick 3-set, little gap set. She identifies the block, swings away from it so well, and Kaz Brown contacts that ball at such a high point.
Joseph with the float down the line. Nice up there by Murphy. Oh, out of the middle. What a huge swing by Maren Grote.
And that was one of the areas of the court that I wanted to see the Rise get a little bit more involved in. They've been pretty pin heavy, setting their outside and their right side, of course. But I'd look to Maren Grote to get a little bit more involved this set.
She heads back to serve. Over on 2, there's Wilma Rivera. Rivera, a player who is offensive as a setter. We saw on opening night 6 kills on 9 swings, and Madison Amy Pauley said she's even capable of more.
Exactly, and it's such an advantage to have an offensive-minded setter, because when you're up there, you're an offensive weapon as well, and the block has to respect that.
Grand Rapids out of system. Gillen there with the dig. Now the back row attack passed up by Sponsel and over. Joseph. Out of the middle, there's another kill. Mia Grant, and you mentioned getting the middles going. That was a key, we said, for Orlando to start the night. And for Grand Rapids, who's gone to the outside and to the right side, you mentioned it, 2 quick kills for their middles.
And that's when teams are at their best, when they're running every single one of their options. They've got a balanced offense.
Off the net and to the floor, a service ace for the Rise. Dimitrova with another ace. She has 2 of Grand Rapids' 3 in the match. Pin to pin, Anai cross court. Found it!
And it doesn't even look like there's any more angles she could hit, but then she continues to attack sharper and sharper, seeing the block, dropping that thumb. That's a really difficult area of the court to hit.
What a set by Rivera as well. Oh, there's a huge block. Wilma Rivera just casually going pin to pin and then stuffing the Rise on the very next point.
And here we see her there. It's well timed. She points her palms into the court as to not get tooled. Michaela White hyping up her setter.
Off speed over the block. That's enough for a kill for Grand Rapids.
And that's why you mix up your offense. The defense of certain teams can get used to digging a hard-driven ball, so sometimes it's good to throw in a tip, mix up that offense so the defense doesn't get too comfortable.
Felt like such smart timing, too, after that big block. Oh, what a pass. Anai goes to work offensively, and Brianna Spain calls it point Orlando.
Yep, we see here Adora Anai rising into the air, tooling off the arms of Evans, who blocks that ball into the antenna.
That's the second block we've seen into the antenna. Back set. What a set and what a swing. Dimitrova. Holy cow.
What a set is right. Evans, that pass is off the net. She's getting her feet there and then changing that ball's direction so well. Dimitrova expecting that set and ready for it.
We'll send Nia Grant back to serve. Hey folks, we're tied up yet again in this match. Nobody has really had much breathing room at any point. Orlando pokes out in front by 1. Thank you to Michaela White. They lead it 8-7.
Michaela White hitting almost 500 tonight. They've been getting her involved a lot on serve receive when the pass is in system.
Anai back to serve. It's a great one. It's an
solid jump top spin, a lot of power and heat behind that serve. And one of the advantages of a top spin is it's rolling and it's dropping and it's diving from the second it crosses over the net.
Service error right after that for Anai. Lead back down to 1.
It's a high risk, high reward serve. You want to go for a 1-to-1 ratio, 1 ace to 1 miss serve, and she
Evans back to serve. Joseph shoves. Anai and Gillen going to work. Pin feeding pin. Back bump. Gillen will look for a touch call and won't get it. And just like that, after Orlando had their biggest lead of the set, Grand Rapids reels off a couple in a row. Evans back to serve. The first Purdue Boilermaker with 4,000 assists and 1,000 digs. She was an All-American in 2017 in West Lafayette. And there's Michaela White.
Wilma Rivera following the game plan. Setting the middles when they're in system has been so effective for the Valkyries. And Michaela White has had a standout performance, only 5 kills last match and has doubled it this match.
White herself an All-American in her college days at James Madison. That was in 2018 for Lauren Steckbreiner, her head coach. Oh, what a swing by Jill Gillen.
And that set obviously very inside, but Jill Gillen is quick and she's athletic. Wilma Rivera trying to get it out to the pin, but Jill Gillen gets her feet there, still uses her approach to power through the ball.
Great pass. It's Grote out of the middle. Joseph got the end line. That's another kill for the Valkyries. They lead by 2 once more.
And that's what Coach said she worked on with her at the beginning of the season. Mixing up those swings, hitting to the deep corners, hitting down the line, not always cranking it into that open seam. And right there we see her hitting high over the hands of the block.
Pardon me, Orlando leading it now by 3. Oh, what a play by an eye. Joseph off speed, off the block, and Grand Rapids is able to seal it and put it to the floor.
Yep, good block by Chasse there. And a solid block touch by Kaz Brown. The Orlando middle, keeping that play alive, slowing down that hit.
Chasse back to serve. There's Brown. Back set. Dimitrova found the back corner. And here we go again. Grand Rapids is on a mini run.
It's a game of momentum, and teams go on spurts at different times. Right now, it's all the Rise.
Orlando went on a 3-point spurt to push out in front. Grand Rapids responds with 2 of their own. That's a service error. And here comes the dub sub for Orlando. Carly Graham and Ajani Teeler will check in. Momentary delay so they can process the sub. And as I mentioned, with the dub sub in effect, Carly Graham now back to serve for Orlando. Quick set to the middle, and there's Grote.
And that's what the Rise needs more of. Run through Grote. Run through Nia Grant. Solid first ball pass off that serve by Sarah Sponsel, giving her setter all of the options.
Erin Grote, who's registered 21 of her previous 26 kills on the season in the last couple of matches coming into this one. There's Ajani Teeler looking for the sideline. That misses. Point to Grand Rapids, but going back to Grote for a second. 2 times in the Final Four in college, played in Turkey, then played in the Athletes Unlimited League. Really getting going is Grote.
Yep, Coach said Grote's come a long way since training camp. She's growing very quickly. First, they were working on her blocking. Now they're working on her running different offensive sets. We saw her get a kill earlier with that 3 set. And it looks like we're gonna have a challenge.
Timeout on the floor, knotted up at 13 here at Edition Financial Arena. Back here in Orlando, we went to break during, as you mentioned, Madison, that challenge, and quickly Orlando thought there was a block touch. There was no block touch, so Orlando's down to 1 challenge, and then you might have just saw there Adora Anai with a back row attack and a kill, and there's an ace. Jill Gillen drops it in.
That's a perfectly timed ace. Of course, you want an ace at any point in the set, but right there, breaking away just a little bit. They were tied up, then they went ahead by 1. Now they're ahead by 2. Smart timeout by Coach George.
And That is our midway timeout here at Ad 5. We'll be back after this.
We gonna take it, 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 gonna take it,
Well, these Valkyries fans are showing off their merch, and while they do that, no better time to encourage those of you Valks fans at home that you can get your 2024 inaugural season team gear while it lasts. Valkyries merch is available at every home match, and those folks got their hands on some of it and through the Orlando Valkyries website. Log on to orlandovalkyries.com for all your Valkyries merchandise needs. That's orlandovalkyries.com. Jill Gillen doesn't need to visit a website for merch. She's earned it, and she dropped in the ace right before the midway media timeout. There's a side out, though, and a much-needed one for Grand Rapids. Guess who? Number 14 in white, Dimitrova, once again.
Dimitrova has played at the highest level possible, and she plays at such a high level every single time she contacts that ball. She betters the ball, and she gets set in these big pressure situations because she knows how to put it away.
Great pass there by Jill Gillen, and a quick set to Kaz Brown.
That was a smart set by Wilma, feeding it to Kaz. Oh, excuse me. That was actually Carly Graham setting that ball as a 3-set. Quickly to Kaz Brown, who now gets the ace. A kill to an ace. It feels so good to do that right there, and it could not come at a better time. The Valkyries up by 3.
That is a second ace for Kaz Brown in this match. 6 for Orlando. Should be 7 now as a team. Petrova back row. What a dig by Gillen. Another back row attack. Oh, Claire Chaussee. Orlando's just trying to absorb body blows at this point.
Exactly, and they're making good reads, but there's so much power behind every single attack. Chaussee right there running the bick. It's a quick back row set. She swung at it with so much heat. She skies into the air every single time with her approach and contacts it at such a high point.
An eye in transition. Now Chaussee front row. Rejected, it stays up. This time off the block. White out of the middle. Dimitrova had to shove. What a play by Gillen. Free ball, though, to Grand Rapids. Chaussee, I think, got inside the block. She did.
Yep, Orlando on that play just looking a little scattered. They made some great digs, some great plays, but Chaussee taking care of it. But first of all, we have to admire the speed and the athleticism from Jill Gillen, who's a seasoned 6 rotation player.
Over on 2, Carly Graham.
That was such a smart setter dump right there. Carly Graham, so crafty, finding the open court right into that campfire. Michaela White, smart move, she says to her setter. That throws the Rise a little bit out of their defensive rhythm and disrupts the rhythm of the defense.
That puts an end to the dub-sub rotation for Carly Graham, a 3-time Conference USA Setter of the Year and on the All-Conference USA team. 2-time All-American as well at Rice. What a play by her, back to work. And there's a kill out of the middle for Grant.
Quick move by Grant, and it was smart of her to take care of it. Overpass, and that's one of your responsibilities as a middle blocker and as a front line in general. You take care of the overpass, and she did right there, sending that ball straight down.
Camila Gomez checks in to serve in place of Grant, who would have rotated to the back row. Anai, what a swing.
Little bit of a gap in between that middle blocker and the right side blocker, and Anai taking advantage. You see there Grote just holding a little too long on Michaela White, freeing up Adora Anai for that one-on-one situation. That's why you set the middles early and often, to give your outside hitters that kind of chance.
18th kill of the match for Adora Anai, and there is a block by the Valkyries, Jill Gillen.
Perfectly timed in the air at the right moment, pressing her arms over the net. She read that ball really well, and she forces the Rise to call a timeout.
You mentioned it. Kathy George says, "I've seen enough," as Orlando has entered the red zone, leading by 3. They can win it here after these messages.
We are in the heart of the inaugural season of the Pro Volleyball Federation as we get started here tonight. Hannah Maddox from the 10-foot line. Hold on, that was powerful.
Oh my goodness, over her back. Gillen again. Goodness, Jill Gillen is a spike specialist.
Asia O'Neal.
The big attack there and a block from Hannah Taft.
Reagan Cooper slams it home on the back line.
And there's another step block.
Angel Perez told us it's about winning the small battles. I know this would be a big battle to win for him and the Fury tonight. Asia O'Neal, Columbus, first-time winner in their home debut. Welcome home, Columbus Fury.
Here we go. Red zone time in Orlando. The Valkyries leading it 2-1 and 20-17 here in set 4. First to 25, win by 2 for the set and for Orlando for the match. Adora Anai will serve it in for the Valkyries. Nice pass by Chaussee. Holy cow. Dimitrova just dropped the hammer.
When you think she's reached a level, she just goes a level beyond. Coach said she's got her eye on the prize, and she's who you want to set in the red zone and in these big pressure moments.
Mac Pedraza checking in for Grand Rapids. That is a service error. And if you are the Rise, razor thin margin of error, trailing by 2 in now 3, I should say, in the red zone. Michaela White will serve for Orlando. Nice pass. Oh yeah, absolutely. And Maren Grote off that in ball in a quick set, puts it to the floor in a hurry.
And that's why you run a balanced offense. Maren Grote only had one hand of Shaina Joseph to swing away from. She got on top of that ball and hit it straight down.
And I mentioned for Maren Grote, had 21 of her 26 kills on the season coming into this match over the last 3 played. Now has a handful in this one as well. Back row, Anai with the shove. There's a block and a huge one.
Kaz Brown moves so dynamically across the net. She gets there, she's ready. It's perfectly timed and well set by Jill Gillen. Points their palms into the court as to not get tooled and to block that ball into the court and down. Huge big time block for the Valkyries.
9th block of the match. Orlando, who also have 13 quality block touches. Oh, wow, Maren Grote.
Come alive, Maren Grote. Solid swing straight down along the line of her body, but identifying the block and hitting away from those hands. I appreciate setting the hot hands, and she's the hot hands right now.
Without a doubt, Adora Nye jammed up on serve receive. Oh, Jill Gillen had it stuffed.
Let's take a look at this block, an out of system play. It's a great serve, causing a little bit of chaos on the Orlando side, getting them out of system, allowing that block to get set. Well, press their palms over the net and get the point. The Rise making their way back into it. They're down by 1.
What a huge block by Nia Grant, who I think it's worth mentioning once again, Kayla Caffey was placed on injured reserve on February 26th. Now, with her going on injured reserve, the player that Grand Rapids activated was Sydney Bolding, a second-year pro out of Pickens, South Carolina, who played her college volleyball at K-State and at Jacksonville. Grant had been playing, but had not been playing primarily as one of the go-to middles, so to speak, with Grote and, of course, Kayla Caffey seeing the majority of the work there. So for Grant, only 7 sets of work coming into this, and all she's done, 7 kills on 10 swings and a massive block in a massive moment.
Exactly, well said, and she's been perfect this set. No errors, hasn't gotten dig once. She's had 3 attempts and 3 kills.
Her fellow middle Grote goes back to serve. On the slide, Kaz Brown goes down the line. Off speed, picked up. High reach Brown. Dimitrova had to back up for that one and never mattered.
Dimitrova continues to impress. You're right, she was a little bit off balance. That set behind her, but it doesn't matter. She's got such good court vision, and she drove that ball cross court.
Tied at 22. What a rotation here for Grote. Back row, Anai off the blocker's hands and out of play.
Adora Anai is just as effective from the back row as she is the front row. Powering it through, Chasse not able to come up with the dig.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Chasse clearly not up there for the block. And here comes Paula Sarame with Orlando leading by 1. Chasse with the pass. Petrova off speed. Anai picked up by Sponsel. Chasse picked up by Sarame. What an up. Anai and Orlando are on the doorstep.
Let's take a look at this dig by Sarame. First of all, Sponsel, so talented at the back row, and then Sarame laying out for that ball, reading the hitter's shoulder so well, and then Anai finishing that point with so much power.
Abbott with an overpass. Anai off speed. Oh, wow, what a big swing.
And the Rise stays alive, and you have to appreciate a big swing. Not fearing Orlando getting that point, but still being brave, being confident, and swinging through that ball with just as much power as you would, let's say, at the beginning of the set.
What a big moment for Abbott. Still a big moment for Orlando. It's still match point. Anai had it rejected. Wow, Grand Rapids, what a response, trailing 2 match points. They've erased both.
That was Pedraza setting that block so well, coming into the game and making an immediate impact. Nia Grant getting there and closing, and that block could not have come at a better time.
Well, we went beyond 25 in set number 3, and it looked a lot like this. Orlando with a couple of early opportunities. They fall by the wayside. They had not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but eventually 5. 5th time was the charm for Orlando to get them to this point, and now 2 match points erased by Grand Rapids. Now, the Rise in set 3 had 3 set points of their own to be the team leading 2 sets to 1 And so, wow, what gritty stuff by them. Digging their heels into the Terraflex here, Madison, with a never say die attitude, trailing match point.
Exactly. Both teams are so incredibly resilient. It doesn't matter how far behind each of them are. They're going to fight through it. Each of these players have so much experience in these big-time situations, in these big-pressure situations, and they know how to fight. They've been playing volleyball for an incredibly long time, and they have all of the reps, all of the hard work to show for it.
And so here we go. And for all she's done tonight, how about the work that Dimitrova's put in, serving the ball here, trailing match point, and now has a chance to deliver a set point opportunity. Oh no, a service error. And Paula Sarame in the middle of the huddle is saying, let's go, 1 point.
1 point, solid serve. Keep that serve aggressive. Of course, you want to get the Rise in a little bit of trouble. And then one good defensive play. That's what you're thinking if you're Orlando.
I said earlier that Carly Scott came in a big moment. I think this one much bigger, without a doubt. Back set, Dimitrova. Tight to the net, joust. And Grand Rapids staves off another.
And that was an opportunity for Orlando that they may not get again. So pretty, I wouldn't say easy, but a swing straight to Shaina Joseph. If you're Joseph, you want to control that ball nicely to your setter, but instead she accidentally sent it over the net.
Another service error and a 4th opportunity for Orlando in set number 4 to slam the door shut.
You have to appreciate that the Rise is going for their serve, but you have to dial it back and you have to get it in when the game is this tight towards the end.
Wilma Rivera will serve it in. Nice pass by Sponsel. Grant out of the middle, dug up and over, still in play. Chaussee splits the seam, good coverage by Sarame. An eye, high off the hands, and that's it!
And the Valkyries all come rushing in. The defense for that final play was absolutely incredible. Hala Sarame, Georgia Murphy keeping that play alive, and who better than Adora Anai to finish it off?
Woo! What a match. And this is certainly worth another look.
We talk about the grit, we talk about the resiliency, and this is what it takes to win. Refusing to let the ball touch the ground.
Madison, any doubt in your mind that this is the biggest win of the season for Orlando?
Absolutely no doubt in my mind. And you know, they're coming off of that one set to 3-set loss to Omaha. Both teams coming off a loss. They both wanted it, they both played like it. It's gotta feel so good to win at home for the Valkyries.
A 4-set win for Orlando here at Addition Financial Arena. Plenty more to discuss, and we will put a wrap on this match after these messages.
We gonna take it, 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 gonna take it,
We talk about competitive composure, and this kid has it. Reagan Cooper having a night tonight for the Fury.
If I can match that, Reagan Cooper slams it home on the back line. Right into the box. Who else? Reagan Cooper. Back to Reagan Cooper. It's been right. And now set and match point coming up here for the Columbus Fury. We are in the heart of the inaugural season of the Pro Volleyball Federation as we get started here tonight. Hannah Maddox from the 10-foot line. Hold on, that was powerful.
Oh my goodness, over her back. Gillen again. Goodness, Jill Gillen is a spike specialist.
Asia O'Neal.
Big attack there and a block from Hattab.
Reagan Cooper slams it home on the back line.
And there's another step block.
NCAA women's volleyball will never be the same. Students of the game will study this era for generations. But we're only getting started. Sign up for pre-sale, news, and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Angel Perez told us it's about winning the small battles. I know this would be a big battle to win for him and the Fury tonight. Asia O'Neal, Columbus, first-time winner in their home debut. Welcome home, Columbus Fury.
What a match. I think I've said that now, 3 times in the last 5 minutes?
It's deserving.
Orlando wins it 3-1. Undoubtedly their biggest win in franchise history. We'll take a look at a lot of highlights, and they're really good ones.
Chaussee had an incredible performance tonight. A double-double, played such good defense, but the Valkyries coming together in the red zone when it mattered most. Block defense, floor defense, spreading out the sets. Wilma Rivera and Carly Graham did such a good job at spreading out the offense. And then Paula Sarame with the game-winning dig. Adora Anai with the game-winning swing. It's been a long time coming for the Valkyries. And all their hard work and all their grit paid off.
Wow. They're going to sign some autographs. There's going to be a lot of really excited fans who are going to want those autographs, and they have earned every single one of them. Madison, Orlando now 4-4. They've got a match in a couple of days. Momentum's only as good until you get to your next one. They get Columbus, who's on a streak of their own. Should be a lot of fun.
Oh, it definitely will be. And what's fun about the Valkyries is we see them growing by leaps and bounds every single match. Sure, you take a step backwards sometimes, but we see the Valkyries taking 3 steps forward. They wanted to run their middles more, and that's what they did. Kaz Brown, 8 kills, hitting 440. Michaela White, 9 kills, hitting 470. They fulfilled their game plan, and not to mention the defense was on fire tonight.
One final thought from me, Madison. The serving numbers, which at times have been very lopsided. 10 errors, 7 aces. Much more proportional for Orlando, who comprehensively, flat out, earned this one, winning it in 4, 25-20, 21-25, 32-30, 27-25. A huge win over the Rise. We'll see in a couple days. For the entire crew, Sean Davison saying so long.